Hello, everybody, and happy Halloween. We thought we'd get dressed up for you, because fun.
I'm having fun.
I don't know who looks more ridiculous. You still have the hanger.
Well, yeah, it's for easy, like, if I need to be Bruce Wayne real quick, I can just hang it up. So
Right, yeah, of course.
definitely didn't forget to take it off.
God, it's hot in these. Right, anyway, this is News to Drink To. We got a full packed episode for you. We got reviews, we got news. Let's just get into it, really.
Yes.
Don't forget to subscribe to this, if you wouldn't mind, and like and share it, and comment your thoughts and all that lovely stuff. Right, let's begin. Halloween ends.
Right.
Ooh.
Yes.
We both saw it last week. You saw it in the cinema.
I did.
I did not. I was told not to waste my money. Because when it came out, it started popping up online and people saying like, "Oh, it's terrible." Like, but people said that about Halloween Kills. And I liked Halloween Kills. We both did. Yeah.
Halloween, the most recent Halloween Kills, really enjoyed.
Yeah.
But
All this shit was coming up. But then stuff started coming through from people that I know and whose opinions I respect. They were like, "Yeah, it's really, bruh, it's really bad." I was like, "Oh, okay." So I found it online because it was released streaming-wise at the same time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I watched it on the Saturday or Sunday night. I can't remember. It's awful.
yeah, it is such a weird departure from the previous two films. I don't really understand. I don't understand the creative choices. I don't understand the motivations for most of the characters in the film. It just seems to just go a completely different way.
So the plot of this, kind of spoilers, but I mean, you guess what happens. It's called Halloween Ends. And the plot is a spoiler because it just spoils the whole film. The plot is, it's 4 years after Halloween Kills.
Yeah.
Michael has been missing the entire time. Yeah,
just
disappeared.
disappeared
Nobody knows
into the
where
night.
he is. It's 4 years afterwards, I believe. Laurie Strode is now living her best life.
Oh yeah, she's normal as fuck now.
Yeah. Even though for years she was like, a gun nut and totally paranoid and living in like
mentally
a fortress.
traumatized.
Yeah. Whilst her brother was locked up in an asylum.
Yeah.
But now
no, he's not her brother in these ones.
Oh, right. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. But now that Michael Myers has escaped and is on the loose and no one knows where he is, she's fine.
Yeah.
She's baking.
Yeah, even though
she's
he
just
could
living
be,
in the
he could
suburbs.
be anywhere. Like she's gone,
and killed her daughter. She's
Yeah.
fine.
She's like got a little picket fence.
Yep.
In Haddonfield, like living in the middle of Haddonfield, like just everything's great.
Yeah.
Living with their granddaughter.
Yeah. And then we have this kid, Corey. And the film actually starts, I like the start of the film. It starts with Corey is a babysitter and there is an accident and Corey accidentally kills the child he's babysitting.
Yes.
We then flash forward and Corey has now become the town's pariah.
Yeah.
Because they never found Michael, so they just kind of said, "Oh, well, he's our boogeyman now." Because Haddonfield has to have somebody to, torment. So he's now living he's a mechanic.
In a junkyard.
And Laurie runs into him. Everyone knows in town who he is. Everyone knows he's the kid that killed the kid, 3 years ago or whatever. And everyone in town knows who he is and hates him. Laurie runs into him and decides she likes him.
Yeah.
And she basically sets him up with her granddaughter. And her granddaughter's like, yeah.
Yeah, straight away.
Yeah, they're in love straight away.
Yeah.
Minutes.
Yeah, she's, like animal fucking magnetism or something. She's just like, I'm in. I'm fully on board with this. I will bang him.
So in minutes, they're in love.
Yeah.
Then, as we said, Corey gets a lot of shit. And he gets so much shit one night from the fucking school marching band team or whatever it is.
The school marching band are bullies.
Yeah. God knows what the football players are like.
Fuck me, yeah.
Murderers. So they beat him up and they throw him off a bridge. He is left unconscious in a ditch. And then Michael Myers finds him and drags
Michael Myers
him.
has been living in a sewer.
Yeah, drags him
5
down
minutes
into the
away
sewer.
From Laurie Strode's house.
Yeah, where Michael's been living in the sewers all this time. And he doesn't kill Corey.
No, he grabs hold of him, and then there's some sort of...
He's stuck in a wall.
But he seems to be, yeah.
Yeah, Michael appears to be stuck in a wall at some point, and he grabs Corey, and they lock eyes.
Yeah.
And a thing happens.
They're like, oh, we're kindred spirits, me and you.
Somehow. And this essentially, for reasons I still don't understand, it turns the character of Corey evil.
Yeah. He starts just killing people.
Yeah, like as soon as he leaves the sewer, kills a homeless guy straight away. So now Laurie Strode, she knows instantly that Corey is now evil just by looking at him.
Yep.
And
So it's at this point where I sat in the cinema, I quite audibly went, fuck.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was now going to be Michael Myers isn't in this film. He's in Corey's imagination.
Right.
Like, so I thought it was going to be that. Bit like, not...
American Psycho?
Yeah, got that kind of sort of thing. Or Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, where it's inside the
Right,
but then,
yeah.
But yeah, so I thought it's going to be like, Corey's going to be the main killer, and Michael Myers is in his head.
Holy plot twist, Batman.
Yeah, I thought, but I hated that idea. So I was already visibly angry at this point.
But no, Corey is now evil for reasons that aren't explained. Laurie knows this just by looking at him. Literally just sees him for the first time afterwards, and she's like,
Oh, no, yeah.
Oh, God.
You can't bang my granddaughter.
oh no.
anymore.
So now Laurie has to deal with evil Corey trying to bang her granddaughter, and Michael is back, kind of.
Yeah.
That's the film.
Yeah, the granddaughter's choices, like the stuff, like Corey's quite obviously disturbed, and she's well into it. She's like,
Well, he's-
absolutely,
yeah.
I'm well up for this.
But he's not when she first meets him.
Not when she first meets
His
him, but like,
personality changes
yeah,
instantly.
but he doesn't even hide it in front of her. He
No.
literally meets up with her, and he's like, yeah, we should probably kill people, or like not in so
Yeah.
many words, but he's like, yeah, definitely, I'm so like really angry at everything now,
Yeah.
so let's fuck shit up. And she's like, yeah, I'm up, which makes no sense considering the shit that she's been through in the previous 2 films.
Yeah.
Like,
Or that why she would just accept that I met this guy, I really like him, and then one day his personality is totally different.
Yeah.
I still like him.
still into it.
Yep. What?
Yeah, he's clearly dangerous.
It's absolutely ridiculous. This whole kind of it is a tonal shift completely from the 2 previous films.
Yeah.
And this, I mean, I didn't have high expectations, but I was like, this seems kind of easy. Like, how there's no way they can fuck this up.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy. Michael comes back, kills people, it ends. Done. Keep it simple, stupid. That's what you should have just done that.
They listened to those people who were wrong, by the way, that were complaining about Halloween Kills. We're like, there's no substance to it. Michael Myers just kills people. That's what I want from that film.
It's called Halloween Kills.
Halloween Kills. Yeah, I that's one of the main things I enjoyed about this film. So I was hoping for more of that. Michael comes back, starts killing people. There's a big fucking climactic battle between Laurie and Michael, and then shit, like, he dies. Michael Myers is in it for 5 minutes.
Yeah, if that. Well, yeah, no, he's not in it a lot. It is, you might have seen the memes of like the Corey story.
Yeah.
Because it is basically.
Yeah, Corey beats him up at one point as well.
Oh yeah, Michael's like pretty pathetic in this film.
Rubbish.
But at one point, when Michael first kills somebody, he seems to kind of regenerate, like. All of the Halloween films, from the very beginning, they've all kind of hinted at that there is something a bit supernatural about Michael.
And Halloween Kills goes right into that as well at the end, where he's like pretty much dead, and then he's like, no, I'm not.
Yeah. That's about as far as it's gone, though.
Yeah.
But now we're actually seeing, like, full-on kind of, I don't know, magic. I need to see the script.
Yeah.
Because I need to know how they describe that scene in the sewer
Yeah.
when they lock eyes.
Yeah.
How is that worded in the fucking script?
Yeah.
Does he
They lock
possess
eyes.
him?
Nonsense happens.
Does he possess him? Does he unlock something within Corey?
Yeah.
Wasn't like, oh well, he accidentally killed somebody. There's evil within. Loads of people accidentally kill people that aren't evil.
Yeah.
Oh, it's stupid as hell. And another point, this isn't like to do with the plot or anything. It's just a sort of highlight of how badly written and dumb this is. Corey, as we said, is a mechanic that works in a junkyard. When he first arrives, he cycles into work, and the boss, who is his dad, is like, "Whoa, you're late again." So he goes over, and he has a word with him like, "Corey, you can't be late all the time. It's getting silly." The boss / dad then takes Corey to one side, and he presents to him a motorcycle, a junker.
Yeah.
And he says, you fix this up, it's yours. And then maybe you won't be late for work. Right?
Yeah.
Cool. Not only does he live with the boss, who's his dad,
Yeah.
they live next door to the junkyard.
Yeah, I know. It's where has he been coming from? Like, how is he late for work?
We find out later on they literally live next door.
He leaves via the back door, drives all the way around town, then goes, "Why are you late?" You fucking bellend. Just get out the front door.
Yeah, I honestly
Some of the
can't.
dialogue in this film is fucking really bad. There's a scene, I can't remember exactly what's said, but there's a scene with Corey and the granddaughter sitting on top of a roof somewhere, which turns out to be the radio station that comes, and they're talking, and literally all of the dialogue is that bad. Where I was sat there like fists clenched, like stop talking, just stop saying words.
Yeah, it's probably best I didn't see this in the cinema because a few times I out loud went, "No, fuck off."
Yeah, well, I did it. Like I was with a couple of friends of ours. And Matt was sat next to me, just like, I was like, no.
Disappointing is the word to slap on this. I actually can't think of a film I've been more disappointed by.
Well, I had high hopes for it because I really enjoyed the previous two.
Yeah.
So this was a bit of a kick in the bollocks, like really.
It really was. It's such a letdown.
Especially because I've been like, I've stuck up for the previous two films. There's been it's Halloween, so like you got people that love and hate stuff, but there's people were complaining about these new movies, and I was like, I really like them. I think they're very well done. So for this to end on such a fucking downer it's disappointing.
Yeah, I can't actually think of a trilogy that's ended worse.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's a massive disappointment.
Yeah, Rise of Skywalker is bad.
Oh yeah.
But Rise of Skywalker is a bad Star Wars movie. This isn't a bad Halloween movie. This is just a bad movie. It's just not. I get, like, I know when people say, like, you know, I don't want to be like one of those fans, like, this is not Halloween.
Yeah.
But this is not Halloween.
Not my Michael Myers.
It's not. Not my fucking Corey. I didn't vote for Corey.
It just seems such a weird decision to, like, really build Michael up in the previous two films and then have him do pretty much nothing in the last film.
Yeah.
The last film of his trilogy. Let's face it, it's not Laurie's.
It's not Laurie's. It's certainly not fucking Corey's.
No. Corey comes out of nowhere and just is the main character for, like, episode
Yeah, a
4.
character that's introduced in the third act.
Yeah.
I don't get what they were thinking.
I have no idea.
Or why this even got greenlit. You'd be like, no, this is really badly written.
Yeah, somebody must have read that and gone, but why?
What happened to the Halloween movie you were making? No, I'm doing this instead now.
And the guys that wrote all these, like David Gordon Green and, what's his name, the other guy?
Danny McBride.
Danny McBride and that. They're big fans of the Halloween franchise.
Yeah, and they
Which
wrote
is why the other movies,
the previous
like,
two films.
Yeah, they do play like the other two movies do play like they were written by fans of the movies, which they were. And this one is just like, like it's almost like somebody else took over.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we're disappointed. By looks of things, everyone is. I've seen, like, I don't know, less than, let's say, 10% of comments and shit I've seen is people saying they like it. Everyone else is just like...
Somebody online on a group somewhere told me I just didn't understand it. What's to not understand? Explain.
Yeah, you explain it.
Like, like, explain what you mean. Explain what I missed.
Yeah, horror fans get a bad rap for being like snooty and a bit like, oh, it's not good enough stuff. But this is just bad.
Yeah,
it's a shitty film.
Yeah, it's upsettingly bad. Like considering how much I like the other two.
Next, a review. Did you see Hellraiser?
I did not. I still haven't seen it. I haven't been able to find it. So
Hellraiser. It's come out on Hulu. It's still not technically out in the UK yet, unless you're a wily.
Minimal spoilers.
Yeah, unless you're a wily film watcher like I am. I like it.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, it's just good to see a Hellraiser movie kind of with some effort put in, a decent budget, a director who actually kind of knows what they're doing, sort of a production, as opposed to just the fucking last, 7 films?
Well, I mean, as we know, I have a history with the Hellraiser franchise.
Yes.
Having watched them all while I had COVID. Mm-hmm. And yeah, after 3, they're just fucking unwatchable. Like, they're just...
Yeah.
As we know, they were just scripts that were lying around the studio, retooled, and shoved Pinhead in there, even if it made no fucking sense, just so they could keep hold of the rights.
Yeah.
So this is the first one Clive Barker's actually had anything to do with since the third one, I think.
Yeah.
And he's, like, been lobbying to get his name removed, because like, they still put his name on it, like, based on characters created by and stuff, or... anything that, and he's been lobbying to get his name taken off, like, everything past 3, I think, for a long time now.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, this is the first time he's, like, delved back in.
It's gory, which is whenever they reboot something like this, it's always like, oh, they're gonna, make it a bit more PG-13.
Yeah.
No, fuck all that.
Full on.
It's gross as hell.
Excellent.
It's proper grim.
Oh, I'm excited.
It's actually creepy and scary.
Yeah. How's Jamie Clayton? She do well as Pinhead?
I like Pinhead.
Good.
I really like Pinhead, actually.
This is supposed to be more book accurate version of Pinhead, because Pinhead is basically androgynous but has like a woman's voice in the book in Hellbound Heart, the first book.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I mean, yeah, you can kind of the voice is sort of distorted.
Yeah,
But obviously, what's her name?
Jamie Clayton.
It has a feminine look.
Yeah,
even though it's got no hair or anything. But yeah, so yeah, Pinhead in this has a more feminine look, but still creepy, still terrifying. And I think it's when you hear about like the book, yeah, Pinhead was always sort of genderless.
yeah.
Not that Doug Bradley did a bad job, but I think
Doug Bradley was great as Pinhead.
Yeah, but I always...
sadly overused in the terrible films afterwards. But that whole history of Pinhead being this World War II soldier or whatever was
made
that's
up
from
the
the films.
Yeah,
that's got nothing to do with the books whatsoever.
I mean, no, Pinhead is creepy in this. I want a sequel. There's more to this that I want to see, and I want to see it. You know how like the first two Hellraisers, I guess, I kind of seem to be sort of set in one location.
Yeah,
it's not a very wide world.
No.
This one is like that as well. So what I want another one, and I want it to go more like Hellraiser 3, where he's like in the streets and shit.
Right.
I want Pinhead takes Manhattan. That's what I'm getting at, basically.
Yeah, Hellraiser 3 gets some shit as well, but I enjoy Hellraiser.
I like Hellraiser 3, yeah.
It also has my favourite Pinhead moment where he does the whole like Christ pose.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great. But okay, good. I'm excited about that. I'm assuming it's going to be out on Disney Plus over here at some point, seeing as all the Hulu stuff goes there.
Yeah, you thought it'd be out by now for Halloween.
Well, I would have thought so, yeah.
And also, well, I always assumed that Hellraiser was a British property.
Clive Barker's British.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure the first film was technically a British film.
Yeah.
But I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't know who even... I mean, I guess Barker owns the rights, but I don't know what studio does anymore.
Well, Barker hasn't owned the rights for a while. That's been the problem. That's why I think was it Dimension or somebody that owned it before. That's why they was churning out all those fucking garbage movies that had nothing to do with it. They were trying to keep hold of the rights. So there's been an ongoing thing where as soon as they stopped making movies, the rights would, after a couple of years, would revert back to Barker.
Yeah, but they
keep churning out this shit.
That's why, yeah, I get it. Okay,
So,
like why Sony keep making Spider-Man movies.
Exactly.
Like that. Right, get you.
I think it's finally reverting back to Barker now.
Oh. But yeah, for me, a thumbs up for Hellraiser. For sure, I enjoyed it. What else have we got? Werewolf by Night. This is Marvel's Halloween TV special.
Yeah, it's like a one-shot. In comics, they do a one-shot, which is like a self-contained story within one issue. So this is they kind of played with it when they did those little short films that used to appear on before the Blu-rays and stuff of films,
right?
The Marvel films early on that they stopped doing. But this is similar to that. So this is the introduction of Werewolf by Night into the MCU.
So Werewolf by Night, well, that's a one. How do you mean? Is that a character with a comic, or is it a one-off thing?
No, it's a one-off. This particular thing is a one-off, but they'll definitely use the characters again.
Right.
But this isn't gonna. It's not like a pilot. It's not gonna. Well, it might evolve into a series eventually, or something, or a film. Or they'll just use the character in the films. But they're doing these specials, these one-shot things, which they're using to introduce characters. I think the rumor is it's what they're going to do with the X-Men. Like, so they'll get a Disney Plus one-shot to introduce the characters before they go into films.
I guess it's probably...
rather than do like what they did with the Avengers.
It's probably a cheaper way of seeing what sticks.
Basically, yeah.
Right. But I enjoyed this. It's only an hour long. It's like a TV special. It harks back to sort of the old Universal monster movies
Hammer horror,
in its look, its music. It's a cool little story.
The aesthetic of it's fantastic.
Oh yeah, it looks brilliant.
From the minute it starts, like in that trophy room where he walks in, he's looking around. It's just wonderful to look at.
Yeah, it looks great. It's the best looking thing Marvel's ever produced, film wise. It honestly is, like by a long shot.
I mean, I figured you'd think that. I mean, I'm not completely disagreeing. I love this Werewolf by Night. It's thoroughly entertaining.
Yeah, and I want them to do this every Halloween.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of hoping, because I love the character of Man-Thing, and Elsa Bloodstone, who's also in this, is one of my favourite characters, but she's such a low-key sort of character within the comics. She doesn't appear in a lot.
Right.
Like, she's kind of... I think she might have had her own series at one point, but she's mostly turns up in other people's comics and stuff. Like she used to appear in Deadpool comics for a while.
Right.
But she's a great character. So to see her now on screen, I'm hoping to see more of those. But then you've got the Legion of Monsters, which could come out of this. You've also got the Howling Commandos, which is basically an offshoot.
Sounds like a bunch of
Monsters.
werewolves that don't wear underwear.
Well, it's like Werewolf by Night, Man Thing. It's Morbius, Dracula.
Yeah, see that? Yeah, if you've got all those characters, I don't see why we can't have a TV special every Halloween.
Well, we could.
Yeah, do that, Marvel.
But you know, they won't be able to keep. If as successful as this sounds like it's been, they're not going to wait till next Halloween. They'll use these characters again soon. There'll be monster movies coming.
I'm fine with that. Because if it's anything like this,
Yeah.
cool, do it. Right. Ah,
It's me, Bruce Wayne.
ah.
Don't tell anyone, Catman.
Anyway, next up, some news. The Crow,
Oh, the reboot.
the reboot that's been in production for
177 years.
It's been like fucking forever.
Yeah. It's been
It's now in post production.
It's in post now.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
they shot it.
Is this because there was a thing that popped up the other day where they weren't sure whether it's a film or a series?
I mean, I don't know.
Because there was something released. I forgot to read too much into it. It's like an article I skipped over. But there was some sort of wording used where they're like, oh, is this episodic or is it a standalone film?
It was directed by Rupert Sanders, who did like the Snow White and the Huntsman films.
Yeah.
Bill Skarsgård is your Eric Draven, your
I
Crow.
like Bill Skarsgård.
Danny Hudson, Houston.
I mean, I'm here for it.
Doesn't say if it's a show or a film. But yeah, this has been... Jason Momoa was famously cast and they actually shot some stuff, but then he dropped out.
Yeah.
So Bill Skarsgård has now taken up the role. And it kind of... But after Jason Momoa dropped out, it went pretty quiet until like last week. And like, we filmed it, by the way.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, shit, it happened? Wow.
Yeah, they did do it on the sly, it seems.
Yeah. Probably didn't want to like alert the media because in case it'd be a bit embarrassing if it all fell apart again.
Again, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm good with The Crow being rebooted. As much as I do like the original Brandon Lee film, it's a good film. It's not. I don't feel it's untouchable. And also, like the whole mythology of The Crow as well. If you've read any of the comics or anything else that it came from in the first place, it doesn't. It's not one person. The whatever makes the Crow does move from person to person.
Yes.
Like so, it's not like it's something. I know they have already explored this in like about 8 terrible fucking subpar sequels and stuff.
Yeah, wasn't
barely anyone's
Edward
seen.
Furlong?
Yeah,
the
Edward
Crow
Furlong
at
was
one
in one, I
point.
think.
Yeah.
And what's her name? The original Mary Jane from the first Spider-Man movies. I'm sure she's in one of them.
Kirsten Dunst. Yeah, I think
Kirsten
she was
Dunst.
in the one with Edward Furlong.
Right. So yeah, it's not untouchable. It's not. You can make another Crow movie and not remake the original. Do you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you don't have to do the same origin story.
No.
Again, there's a lot more you can do with it. They won't. They will just do Eric Draven again. More than likely. But I love the original. Yeah, I guess we could do with another, kind of like Hellraiser, we could do with another good one. One that has an actual production and a decent budget. We could do, yeah, I'm up for that, sure.
Yeah, why not?
Speaking of Bill Skarsgård, he's also going to be starring in Robert Eggers' upcoming Nosferatu.
Nice. This has had a casting change, hasn't it, recently?
Yes, Harry Styles has been replaced with Nicholas Hoult.
Good.
I mean, I certainly don't rate Harry Styles, but I don't really rate Nicholas Hoult that much either, if I'm honest.
I would take Nicholas Hoult over Harry Styles.
Oh, yeah,
absolutely.
definitely. Harry Styles is not a good actor.
No.
Have you seen...
And he's getting a lot of work recently.
Because he's everything at the moment.
Yeah.
He's not that good at anything. I'm sorry. I know he's super popular, and by all accounts, a really nice guy, and I know he looks very nice, and he can sing,
Yeah.
but he's not the best singer by a long shot.
No.
His songs aren't that good.
No.
They're not the best in the world by a long shot. He's not that good of an actor by a long shot.
No,
he's kind of mid at everything, if I'm totally honest.
But he's quite pretty, so, you know.
He's been propelled to superstardom.
Yeah. Mainly on looks and charm, I feel.
Yeah. like I say, he's not bad. He's just mid at everything.
I mean, the first time I saw him do anything acting-wise was in Dunkirk.
Yes, which was good.
It's a very small part.
Yeah.
But in a very small part, I will admit, he was very good. And I was like, oh, well, maybe this is a talent I didn't realise he had. But the more I've seen of him, the more I've gone, nope, no.
Yeah. What was he? Eros?
Oh, it's like literally for
Eros
about 30 seconds at the end of probably the worst Marvel film. So we've already sat through the Eternals, and then we've got to the end of credit scene, and he turns up as Eros, and he's just garbage.
Yeah. And Don't Worry, Darling, which is getting mixed reviews to say the best.
Yeah, his performance particularly has been panned.
I've heard good and bad. Some people say, yeah, no one's said he's amazing in it.
Yeah.
Some people have said he's all right. Other people have said he's terrible.
I want to see that version of that film with Shia LaBeouf in it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know he's a problematic person.
Yeah, but I mean, also...
But I wasn't allowed there for grace. You know, being a man and grace and the spirit inside me.
Is this the John Bernthal interview?
If you haven't seen John Bernthal and Shia LaBeouf talking to each other for like 3 fucking hours, well, don't. But just watch like 10 minutes of it, and it's just like, it's fucking cringe. I know these guys have been through a lot, but...
I mean, I like John Bernthal. Still, in my opinion, the best on-screen Punisher in existence. I know Shia LaBeouf is, as we've said, problematic. There's no other...
He's a good actor, though, man.
He's a great actor. He's made some great fucking films.
Yeah.
But yeah, he needs to sort himself out.
But yeah, those two talking to each other is just like... Ugh.
Yeah, I know what they're trying to do. Like, I think John Bernthal's trying to sort of get him to admit to a few things and to accept responsibility.
Because you're my brother.
Things. Yeah,
we're brothers, right?
And it just comes.
That's what you got to do, brother.
The little bits I've seen are all feel a bit sort of self-congratulatory and.
Yeah, self-righteous pricks. Anyway. What did this start as? Oh, right, Harry Styles has been replaced. Which...
Oh, yeah, Nosferatu.
Yeah.
Robert Eggers' Nosferatu.
Looking forward to it.
We've completely gone past Robert Eggers' Nosferatu. I'm looking forward to that film because I love a bit of Robert Eggers.
Yeah.
He's not made a film that I have disliked yet.
Did he do Northman?
He did do the Northman.
I still haven't seen that.
It's fantastic. I went to cinema to see it. It's really good.
And finally... Have you got a story about Bill Murray being a dick? Because everyone on the planet seems to right now.
Yeah, it's all like... No, don't get me wrong. I'm fully aware that Bill Murray is probably a massive dickhead.
Yeah.
But everybody does seem to be piling on at the moment.
It started... The first one... Well, there's been loads over the years.
We got kicked off a set, didn't he?
Yeah.
Not long ago for problematic behaviour.
Yeah. And then Rob Schneider, sorry.
Oh, who gives a fuck what Rob Schneider thinks?
Rob Schneider came out of this article saying, like, Bill Murray hated us. Like, a lot of people hate you.
Yeah, I hate you.
And he hated SNL and the whole cast, Farley, Sandler, all that lot.
The early 90s cast, wasn't it?
Yeah. Then Seth Green regaled everybody with a tale of a time when he was 9 years old. He was sat in Bill Murray's seat. He wouldn't get out of his seat. After Bill Murray told him to move. Seth Green's mother told him to move. He still wouldn't move. So Bill Murray picked him up by the ankles and dumped him in a trash can.
Sounds like a petulant child being treated as they should.
I mean, I fucking hate children. A 9-year-old Seth Green.
Yeah, must
honestly,
have been well annoying.
Sounds like something I'd do.
Yeah.
Just fuck off, you little shit.
Put him in the bin.
Yeah.
This is a preview of what your career will look like.
Yeah.
That's not fair. Seth Green's done stuff I like. Robot Chicken's great.
Yeah, he has done some stuff, but still, yeah, some little child just being a brat.
Well, yeah, that's what all that story sounds like to me. There's like fucking, you were asked nicely to move, you didn't.
So
Bill Murray got annoyed, told you to basically fuck off. You still didn't, so he put you in a bin.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I mean, I don't have kids myself. You could probably tell. But this, I believe that's the right way to discipline children. Put them in a fucking bin.
Put them in the bin.
This is how we get cancelled.
Well, we don't have kids, and we don't want anything to do with anybody else's. So don't worry, no one's going in a bin. And then Gina Davis.
Oh, said that, yeah.
The interview thing where he is being creepy. Like, I mean, you can't, like, it's kind of playing up to a role, but it is creepy, but this is obviously decades ago. I've always found Bill Murray a bit creepy. I've said this before. He's like a drunk uncle at a wedding.
Yeah, he's absolutely that.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Bill Murray. Stripes, I think, is a fantastic film. Obviously, Ghostbusters. He's done various other things I really like. But yeah, I think he's one of those people. But there's always weird stories about him, isn't it? Like I said, loads of other people previously. There was always stories about how he turned up and he'd invite himself to parties. He was doing the dishes at somebody's house and all this other
by
stuff.
the sounds of things, if you're a member of the public and you've met Bill Murray,
Yeah.
he's a super nice guy.
Yeah.
If you're famous and you've met Bill Murray,
He's an arsehole.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which I'm okay with.
Yeah.
Because famous people are dickheads. Actors are awful. They're all awful fucking people. Hollywood, terrible people. Awful human beings.
I mean, yeah, I think there's got to be some nice people in that industry, but yeah, a lot of them.
Keanu
more
Reeves.
Of the stories. Okay, nice bloke.
Who
shit
doesn't
actor.
even live... He lives, like, in New York in an apartment on his own.
I reckon he's
Away
only
all
that
the...
nice because he's not really good at acting.
So he's charmed his way... Well, yeah.
The better you are at acting, the worse of a human being you are.
Christ. I mean, yeah, actually, that sounds about right, because Joaquin Phoenix, dickhead.
Apparently so, yeah.
Sorry. Wanker.
Great actor.
Great actor. Daniel Day-Lewis, prick.
Yeah, he sounds like the worst person to meet, Daniel Day-Lewis. Just miserable.
Yeah, when I think about it, Christian Bale, tosser bowl accounts.
Oh, yeah. Especially if you're film crew.
Yes.
Lighting, specifically.
Meryl Streep's supposed to be very nice.
Apparently so.
There we go. Have you got any news?
I've got some dead people.
The deaths. It is
Yes.
Halloween.
It is Halloween, so
Yeah.
dead people.
Who snuffed it?
So, I picked like sort of 3 of them out. There's a few others.
3?
Yeah.
We haven't
Yes.
recorded in a
No,
while.
it has been. So, Coolio.
Of course.
Coolio went...
Wait, didn't we do this last time?
Gangster's Paradise in the Sky, did we?
I'm pretty sure we mentioned him in the last episode.
All right. Okay, well, forget that one then. Angela Lansbury.
Mrs. Potts.
Yes. Yeah, Bed Knobs and Broomsticks.
Yes.
Also, Murder, She Wrote.
Nosy bitch.
Yeah, well, see, Murder, She Wrote, that's the TV show, if nobody's ever seen it, where Angela Lansbury's character would turn up and murder someone, and then pretend she hadn't, and pretend to solve the crime and pin it on somebody else. Because everywhere she turned up, some fucker would die within minutes of her being there.
Yeah, it's like Midsummer Murders.
Yeah,
Move
exactly.
out of the town.
Nobody should live there.
Don't live there.
But it's always like, I can't even remember the character's name, but she'd turn up and they'd be like, oh, hello, Angela Lansbury. Oh, I'm dead. She'd be like, oh, the Colonel did it. And he's like, I didn't. She's like
Typhoid
cleaning the blood
Mary.
off her hands. Yeah. Done it again.
Can't recall. I can't really recall ever seeing it. But yeah, she was old. 96.
Angela Lansbury, she had to be, because I remember being a child. She seemed old to me then. Like in Murder, She Wrote, and even Bed Knobs and Broomsticks to a degree.
That's a great film, actually.
Yes.
A sort of underrated Disney one, I say. Bed Knobs and
I mean,
Broomsticks.
if you're going to remake a live-action movie, do Bed Knobs and Broomsticks again.
Yeah.
That'd work better than fucking...
Yeah, modern
The
version
other
of that.
nonsense.
Yeah.
And of course, Robbie Coltrane.
Oh, there's been a murder!
Hagrid himself.
Hagrid, Nuns on the Run.
Yeah.
From Hell I watched last night.
Oh, yeah, I forget he was
Or the
in
night
that. He was
before.
in a few of the Bond films.
He was Valentine, wasn't he?
He was. He was also in, if you've never seen it and you have the opportunity to look it up, I think it was a BBC series called Cracker, where he was like a forensic...
Detective.
Yeah, something like that. And it's quite gritty. It's very 90s, but it's excellent. And he is so good in it.
Which is where It's Been a Murder comes from.
Yes.
Yeah, great actor. That's it.
Yes, that's all. I started reading my notes for some reason. We'll finish this one first. Yes, that is it.
Well, thank you for joining us for that. Happy Halloween. Hopefully this comes out in time for Halloween. We're recording a week later than what I wanted to because I got ill. Don't forget to subscribe.
Like, share.
Yep, share this, comment this, like this. It all helps. If you wouldn't mind.
Find us on... If you want to... Oh, no, that's not for this. Ignore that.
Anyway. You can also find us on Instagram.
Well, that's what I was going to say. If you want to interact with us, if you have anything you want us to talk about on the news or whatever, you can find our social media like on Instagram
Yep.
and Facebook or whatever, and just, drop us a message.
Yeah, we're on Instagram at Movies to Drink To. I'm on there at Finn_Cent, CENT. Did you change yours recently?
I did.
Because I made a fucking title card for you on the video, and then a day later you changed your bloody username.
Well, it's for the stand-up stuff. So, yeah, mine is now Lee Smith Comedy.
Right. I'll make another one now. And we're both on TikTok or wherever our names are. I don't know.
Lee Smith Comedy.
Lee Smith Comedy. There you go. And I'm
Or just Lee Smith on Facebook. It's
mine's
nice
just
and
my
easy.
name. Cool. That's it. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you next time.
Bye.